Okay, good morning. So this week, we've been working with the Shurkri Mudra, which is the mudra of attunement. So you're going to connect your thumb tip with all the other tips of your fingers, with all four fingers. So now your pinky might want to escape, and that's okay. So what we're doing is we're intending to have all our fingers touch. So our intention is pure in attuning to this mudra itself. And then you can rest the backs of your hands on your legs. Now you might be sitting in a chair, you might be sitting on your heels, you might be sitting cross-legged, any and all seated positions welcome. So go ahead and let that mudra land just for a minute. And you might just take a few little shrugs up, back and down of your shoulders, maybe move your head around a little bit, just kind of in preparation to find that centered place within you. Sometimes we got to get our wiggles out before we can really kind of land and ground ourselves. So give yourself a moment to let your whole self settle and center. And that might be inviting a couple of cleansing breaths, right? Big breaths in through your nose and then letting your breath out your mouth. So this is the mudra of attunement. Another definition for attunement that I like to use is harmony. And then you could also think about attunement as really just kind of honoring where you are right now and attuning to the energy that you're bringing to your mat this morning. Whatever upset or discomfort or dysregulation that might come up for you, let that move through you. If you've been feeling wobbly or heavy or overwhelmed, let that come up and be what it needs to be without any judgment at all. And then breathing in with Ujjayi breath, we're going to connect with that gentle constriction in the throat. Continue holding your mudra of attunement, your Shurkri Mudra, tuning to your energy and seeing if you can invite a sense of settling, of centering, of creating a sacred space within yourself so that you can lay that foundation for your practice as a sacred practice. Think about the space around you that you're practicing in as sacred space this morning. It doesn't matter if it's this familiar place in your home. You can shift your perspective and think about your practice space this morning as sacred space. Notice what shifts for you there. So you're breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, drawing that breath right on up through your vocal cords, and see if you can maybe even lengthen through the back of your neck as you breathe. The very slightest tuck of the chin can also help prevent that cough reflex that can sometimes come up with Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi breathing is victorious breath. We're listening for that audible sound of the breath. Attuning to your rhythm. And bringing a sense of contentment, santosha, to your seat of meditation. Take 3 more full, deep Ujjayi breaths here with your mudra. See if these last 3 rounds of breath can be a little deeper. And then the next one, a little deeper still. And maybe sipping in a little extra breath, the very last inhale. And draw your exhale breath out as long as you possibly can. Maybe your eyes are closed, and certainly you can keep them closed. Anchor your tailbone down as you reach your arms out on your next inhale. Bring your mudra all the way up and overhead. Let your fingers touch. Big breath in, lengthening through your waist. And then as you exhale, let your arms move all the way out and away from your body. Keep your mudra or let it go. It's up to you. Breathe in, bringing your arms back up. This time we're going to hold the shape. Anchor tailbone down, and then drop your head back. Now it's okay if your arms can't be in line with your shoulders. If your arms are in line with your shoulders and it puffs your chest forward, then you know you need to bring your arms a little farther away, and that's okay. You can also bend your elbows. Next exhale breath, move your gaze forward and let your arms reach back out with your mudra. Nice, one more round just like that. Inhale, big breath in, lifting through your waist. Eventually dropping your head back and staying for a full breath here. And exhale, gaze comes forward, arms reach back out and away. You got it. Nice, and then set your hands together right at Namaste, Anjali Mudra at your heart center. Find a little tuck of your chin, a length through the back of your neck. May our practice here together this morning release tensions in the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, our energetic body. Releasing tension so that we can step off our mat and be less reactive out in the world, more empathetic, compassionate, and kind. Let's open our class with the sound of Om. Lift your head, take a big breath in. Om. Good, and then releasing that, we're going to come right on into Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together. Take your feet together. Yeah, and then just kind of find, once again, your nice tall spine. If you want, you can take 2 blocks under your knees or thighs, or even 2 throw pillows. And then go ahead and hook your fingers around, your peace fingers around your big toes. Broaden through your collarbone, sit up nice and tall. Options to stay working right here or to come forward any amount. So as you come forward, take it slow. We're not in a big hurry and we're not trying to get our deepest fold here. We're just kind of tuning in to what's going on for us in our inner thighs, our low back, and hips. Stay long in your neck. And see if you can feel this sense that you could move your sternum away from your navel. Good, and then go ahead and bring that back up. Pick up a foot and then just give it a little love. Give your foot a little love. Moving back and forth in the ball of the foot, kind of like a little twist for the ball of the foot. Good, waking up the metatarsals and then your toes back and forth. And then take a hold of your heel and use your opposite thumb to just give the sole of your foot an arch, a little massage. And then roll in your ankle. Good, and then set the foot down. And then pick up your other foot and give your other foot a little love. And again, starting with the ball of your foot, rocking back and forth, kind of like a little twist. And then get on into the toes, back and forth. Good. If you can let go of any gripping in the opposite leg, if you're noticing that your hip flexor is firing up, the opposite leg, just let that go. Good, and then take a hold of your heel, give it a nice squeeze, and then run your thumb up through your inner arch and the sole of your foot. And then begin to make those circles in your ankle. You got it. And then set your feet back together. And before we start with our next pose, Janu Shavasana, we're going to just take a big lion's breath, right? So release whatever needs to be released out your mouth and stick out your tongue really wide. No one can see you. Breathe in. Lovely. And then we're going to take right foot. Bring your right leg all the way out to the right at a diagonal. Yeah. And your left foot stays right where it is. Flip your right palm to face up on your right leg and reach your left arm up. Yep. Good. Breathing in. Lengthen down through tailbone and up through crown. Find a little bit more space on your left side waist and then take it over into your side bend. So you're going to glide the back of your right hand down your shin and then come into a side bend. Drop your right shoulder away from your ear and then really open up in your chest. So that might mean that your left elbow stays in a bent position. Good. And then anchor down through your left sit bone and just very subtly draw your knee, your left knee, a little bit away from your hip. Right leg is energized. There's just a gentle flex of right foot, gentle pressing of right leg into the mat. Relax your neck. Good, and then let's bring it back up to center. Both arms reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take an inhale breath. And then as you exhale, turn towards the left for a twist and separate your hands apart from each other. You can just tent your fingertips out and away from you. Twisting towards your left knee. Keep energy running through your right leg. Good. Go ahead and release that on the exhale and then inhale your arms right back up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Good. Inhale, broaden through your chest. And then exhale, turn towards your right leg and take your twist in the opposite direction. So you're going to tent your fingertips. You might walk your right hand a little farther back to deepen your twist. You decide where to place it. You might want to block behind you. Set your fingers on your block. One more breath here. And then go ahead and exhale, look forward, reach your arms up and overhead. This time we're going to hold palms connecting. Yeah. Lengthen up through your waist. And then drop your head back and have a peek up at your thumbs. Good. Take an inhale breath here. And then exhale, bring your hands in towards your heart. Find a little tuck of your chin. Take a breath there. And then let your breath out. You got it. And then we're just going to switch sides. So you might take your hands behind you and then just rock it over to the other side. The left leg extends out to the left. Then we'll gently flex left foot, gently press left leg into the mat. Flip your left palm to face up on your left leg. Inhale, your right arm comes up. So find all that length in your right side. Anchor down through your right sit bone. And then when you're ready on the exhale breath, we're going to slide your left hand down your shin. It could be in front of you if you want, in front of your leg. Good, and then finding that full body stretch on the right side body. Relax your neck and relax your left shoulder away from your neck. Good, and then notice if you're clenching at all in the inner, your groin area on the right, your psoas muscles, your hip flexors. See if you can let that go and rather move your knee, your right knee out to the right, away from your hip, for just a slight bit more of an active stretch there through your hip and your side body. Stay with your breath, breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. This pose is Janu Shurshasana. Good. Bring it up on the inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Breathe in, open up through your chest. Good. Breathe out as you move your body over to the right, in the direction of right knee, and separate your hands and find a nice open twist here to the right. Fingertips are tinted. Good. Stay with your breath. Stay curious and interested in what's happening right now in this moment, in your body, in your mind. And notice anytime your mind begins to travel away from this moment, kindly and gently invite it back. Come on through on the inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart. Take a breath in. Take a breath out as you turn towards your left leg. Separate your hands and take your twist in the opposite direction now. Stay tuned into your breath. Good, and then next breath in, we're gonna reach arms back up overhead and hold that shape. Lengthen through both sides of your waist, drop your head back, look up at your thumb. Breathe in and breathe out and bring your hands back to your heart center. Tuck your chin, take another breath in here and a breath out. You got it. And then set your gaze forward. We're going to go ahead and take our time to make our way to a tabletop position. So we're going to find tabletop. And then once you get there, let's flip the palms so that your fingers point towards you. And then we're going to rock back and forth in the shoulders just to warm up in the wrists and forearms first. So if you're joining us in a chair, you can just warm your wrists up by rolling in your wrists. And set your knees hip width apart. Again, flipping your fingers towards your body and then rocking side to side in your shoulders. You might walk your hands a little closer in towards you. Just kind of find your gauge there. You'll know best where to place your hands for that stretch through your wrists and forearms. And then I neglected to mention that if you have a block at home, you're going to want your block close to your mat today. I'm going to use our block for one or two things. Good, and then go ahead and flip your palms back. Set your palms well. So your wrist creases are just slightly ahead of your shoulders. Then you're going to lift through your chest for cow stretch. Exhale, curl and tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin for cat stretch. And then keep going. Find your rhythm here, attune to that rhythm of your own breath, your own movement. 3 more times for cow and cat. And we're going to add on. So just 3 more times in cow and cat, and then we'll eventually add on a couple more poses. Elizabeth, do you have a question? Oh, Elizabeth, it's Maggie. Hi. Okay, friends, we're going to add on a little camel pose. So come back to your tabletop. We're going to inhale for cow. We'll exhale for cat. We'll inhale, shift hips back and open up to camel. So it's camel with your hands at your low back. Lift through your chest. And then the exhale brings you back to tabletop. And then the inhale brings you into cow. The exhale for cat. The inhale opens you all the way up to your camel, supported camel. And then the exhale brings you back to your tabletop, yeah? So go ahead and once again, find your own rhythm here. So attune to the rhythm that works best for you. And if you want to stay longer in one of those poses, you can. Stay for an extra breath, right? So we're in cow for the inhale. We're in cat for the exhale. We're in camel for the inhale. We're in tabletop for the exhale. Keep it going. Good. Cow, cat, camel, table. Nice. And then we'll all meet in camel pose once you get there. So complete the round you're on, maybe do one more, and then we'll meet in camel. Good. So this version of camel, we're gonna keep our hands at our low back. And glide your elbows towards each other. Press down into your knees. And think about pulling your thigh bones up into your hips. Yeah, so you're gonna activate your quads. And then gently press your tailbone into your body. So we're not clenching the glutes, we're not tucking the tailbone, we're kind of just allowing this, our hands to help coax the tailbone more in towards our body, yeah? Good, so now once you've got that, you're plugged into your knees, anchor down through your knees, good. And you're hugging your tailbone in, you got it. And then you're gonna pick up your chest and lift your head. We're gonna take a lion's breath here. Breathe in, breathe out your mouth and stick out your tongue. Good. Tuck your chin and then let that go. You got it. Relax your arms. Inhale, your arms sweep back up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Bear some weight in your left knee so you can pick up your right leg and send it all the way out to the right. So we're coming into gait pose. Set your toes so they point forward. Flip your right palm to face upwards. Press down into your left knee. And as you do that, see if you can find that hug of tailbone in towards body. And maybe you find a little more space in the left hip. And then left arm reaches up. Exhale, find your side stretch here in gait pose. Good, and you can get this more active stretch through the left hip and left ribs. If you can press your left knee a little more down into the earth. Good. And then breathe in as you bring both arms up and overhead. And then exhale, burn your hands to your heart. Circle sweep your arms back out and up, breathe in. Exhale, release your left hand down to the mat. Keep your right foot on the mat. Yeah, we're gonna keep right foot plugged in. Anchor into the outer edge of your right foot and then bring your right arm up and over your head. Yeah, good. Notice if your bum is sticking back. See if you can find some alignment or almost like your body is on one plane. Good, anchoring into outer edge of right foot, really deeply stretching through the right arm, all the way out the right fingertips. Good, and you might notice that if your bum was pulled back and you pushed your hips slightly forward, you're getting a little bit more of a stretch through the right hip. And then come on back up on the inhale. And then really just kind of windmill yourself back over to the other leg for just a breath. Yep, and then come on back up to center. All arms reach up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Lovely. Take a breath here. Exhale, lions. Lovely. And then go ahead and take your knee back to meet your other knee. Find your camel pose again. Good. So you're going to press your hands into your tailbone sacrum. Press down into your knees. Glide your elbows towards each other. Shoulder blades connect, and then lift your head. Lift your sternum up towards the ceiling. Good. One more breath here. And then exhale, head comes forward. You got it. Press down into your knees. Reach your arms up and overhead. Connect your palms up overhead. Hold that shape. Press down into knees. Lengthen through side body. Hug tailbone in towards your body. Drop your head back with your thumbs. Breathe in. Breathe out as you send your hands back to your heart. Bear some weight more into the right knee now. Pick up your left foot and send it out to the left. Still staying nice and tall in your spine. Arms reach back up overhead on the inhale. Good. And then exhale, let your left hand come down facing upwards on your left leg. Press down into your right knee as your right arm stretches up and overhead. Good. Good. So you want your legs energized here, right? So notice any areas you can't really feel in your legs or your hips. And what do you need to do to bring some energy to those places you can't quite feel? Use your breath to help you access those places. And then we're going to bring it up on the inhale. Good. Exhale, hands to heart. You got it. Breathe in, circle, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, your right hand down. Left arm up and over your head in line with your ears. You press into the outer edge of your left foot now. Find that more active stretch. With left leg well energized, left foot, outer edge anchoring, you can then really extend a little bit more beyond with your fingertips. Good. And is your right thigh engaged? Is your right hip engaged? It's not about clenching, it's just about noticing what's at work. What is helping support us in this shape? Yeah, let's take one more breath here. And then pressing down into right knee, let left arm help guide you up. And then keep it going as you come back over, windmilling over to the other side. You got it. Nice, and then bring it back up to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Got it, and then bring your knee back. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms out and up. And this time, exhale, release your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, glide your shoulder blades together. Yeah. And then come on over into a little shoulder rinse. So you're gonna sit it back into child's pose. You're gonna come down, releasing your arms away from your body, opening up a little bit more into the shoulders. And then go ahead and bring it all the way back up, standing on your knees. Take your hands back to low back. Now here you have the opportunity, if you want to tuck your toes and find a little bit of a deeper camel pose. Just an invitation, you can stay working here. We're gonna be there 3 to 5 breaths, so you decide, depending on when you get there. Yes, and lift through your chest. Good. Good work. Breathe it out with a lion's exhale before you release the pose. So big breath in. And tuck your chin. Help yourself back up if you've come into that deeper version, and then set yourself back to tabletop and take a round of cow, a round of cat, a round of child's, a round of cow, a round of cat, a round of child's pose. One more like that, a round of cow, a round of cat, and then child's pose. Good, and then bring yourself back up to tabletop. We're going to take the left foot forward. We'll scooch it up just a little bit up towards the top of the mat. Drop your hips down. Keep your fingertips anchored to the mat or your hands on blocks, right? So your back leg is extended. You're feeling a stretch to the front of your right hip, but we're not slumping everything down towards the earth, right? We're still keeping that core integrity. We're keeping that integrity in the pelvic floor muscles. We're engaged in our quads and hips. So stay low here and then reach your left arm up. Take a nice slow circle with your left arm up, back, and around. Good. And then go ahead and set your hand back down on the opposite side of your left foot. You can, again, have hands at blocks if you'd like. And then shift your hips back. Pick up your toes. And then instead of flexing your toes towards, well, think about flexing your toes towards your knees while you press the ball of your foot away from you. So it's like, kind of looks like this. Yeah. Nice. And then fold over your left leg. Any amount. Keep the integrity in your hip muscles on the right, your quads on the right. Good. And then bring it back to that low lunge. This time, pick up your back knee. Keep your right hand where it is. Lift your left arm up. Good. And then exhale, lower your right hand back down. Lower your right knee. And then bring your knees back to tabletop. Take a round of cow and of cat in a child's pose. And then do that again. Breathe in for cow. Breathe out for cat. Shift it back to child. Stay for the breath. Good. One more inhale. Cow, cat, child's. Breathe. Good. And then bring yourself back to tabletop. Take your right foot forward. Scooch it a little bit farther forward. And then drop your hips down and lift your heart up. Now, again, your hands can be at blocks or tented fingertips. Good. And then find your core. Find this sensation that you could kind of slightly pull your right hip back, left hip forward, and then release your right arm up to the sky. Left knee still stays on the mat. Right arm floats up, back, and around in a circle. Nice. And then set your hand back down to the block or the floor. And then shift your hips back. Fold forward and find that funny point of your ball of foot. So really actively pressing the ball of foot away from you as you're anchored into your heel. And then folding over your leg, pulling sternum forward. Keep drawing the right hip back. Left leg is active and energized. And then bring it all the way back to the low lunge and pick up your back knee. And then circle your right arm up towards the sky. Your chest shifts up towards the sky for the twist. You got it. And then exhale, lower it back down, lower your knee and bring your right knee back to meet your left knee. Take an inhale breath, tuck your toes. Exhale, we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Once you get into your downward facing dog, feel free to find some stretching through one calf by anchoring down through that ankle and, through that heel. And let the other leg be bent and relaxed. And then do the other side. So just a really slow pedaling of your feet, anchoring down through opposite heel, finding the stretch through your calf. You can find that stretch and then feel it come all the way up through your leg, even into your glutes. And then do that again on the other side. Relax your neck here. Lots of space in between your fingers. And then anchor both heels down in the direction of the mat. And we're taking another lion's breath here before we release to walk, a slow walk up. So breathe in. Breathe out as you stick out your tongue and roar. And then when you're ready, pick up your heels, set your right heel down, and then pinky mound, big toe mound. We're taking a super slow walk up to a fold. So then now your left heel, pinky mound, big toe mound land. And then right heel, pinky toe mound, big toe mound. Take your time. And then once you arrive, set your feet so they're hip distance apart. And then find this forward fold. Notice where your weight wants to shift more. So for many of us, it's our weight wants to shift back into our heels and hips. Can we allow the torso to be relaxed, but bring some of the weight more towards balls of feet? Lift through your inner arches, firing up your shins. Find the slightest internal rotation in your legs, almost like you're trying to spin your inner thighs back behind you. This will help create a little more space in sacrum and in between sits bones. Keep all that as you inhale and halfway lift. Pull your sternum forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale, halfway rise. Pull your sternum forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale, halfway lift. Sternum reaches forward. And then exhale to lower. Good. Next time you rise up, take your hands to your hips and come up with a long spine. Bend your knees as much as you need. And we'll meet standing. Yeah. Find your hands back behind you again. Take a standing camel pose. Press down into your feet. Press your tailbone into your body. Glide your shoulder blades together, your elbows together. And then go ahead and lift yourself up with your head, your chest. Nice. Good. Exhale, look forward. Stay plugged into your feet. Yeah. See if you can feel that sense of just that slight internal rotation in your upper thighs to help open up again that space in the sacrum, tailbone, and sits bones. Plug into your feet, energize your legs, pick up your thighs as if you're trying to pull your quads up into your hips, and then your arms float up overhead, connect your palms up overhead. Good, and then inhale, lift up, look up at your thumbs. Exhale, look forward as you trace your midline all the way back through to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Good, exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back for lunge. We're gonna come up this time into crescent lunge. Bring your arms up, bring your torso up. Good. Reach your right arm up, back, and around for a little twist to catch your left leg and move your left arm forward. Yeah, so it's a tall twist. And you can use your right hand to capture your buttock, your low back, your thigh, rolling open in your right shoulder. Good, breathing in, breathing out as you release all of that down to the mat. Step it back to plank pose. Coming into plank, we'll stay for just a breath, and then we'll exhale and lower the knees to the mat. Take an in-breath here. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly, really slowly and with control. And once you're on your belly, pull your heart forward and out for low cobra. Hold your low cobra here. Good. So elbows are reaching back behind you. You got it. The heads of your arm bones are lifted up, so they're not slumping down, right? They're lifting up. Help broaden through your collarbone. Good. Legs are active. A gentle press into the mat. Core is engaged. And pubic bone is anchoring to the mat. Good, and then exhale, go ahead and release that. Tuck your toes. Inhale, breath. Exhale, bring yourself through to downward facing dog. And you can take it in steps and stages, right? You can reach back through to your modified plank, maybe back to tabletop, and then all the way through to down dog. So for some folks, we can do it all in one breath. For others, we want to take it in steps and stages. It doesn't matter what you choose. We'll all get there eventually. Breathe in and breathe out. If you can find that slight internal rotation of your inner thighs to find that opening between the sits bones again here in your downward facing dog. Relax your neck. And then pick up your heels. Take a step with your left foot. Heel, pinky mound, big toe mound. Heel of the right foot, pinky, big toe mound, and so on. Take your slow walk back up to the top of your mat. Place your feet well, pick up inner arches, activate your whole leg as you pull the sternum away from your belly. And then lower back down. Weight coming a little more forward towards forefeet. Inhale, halfway lift. Good, exhale, forward fold. Next time you come up, take your hands to your hips and then keep going. You got it. Take your hands back for your camel, standing camel, press down into your feet, lift through your chest, shoulder blades glide together, elbows come together. Head drops back. We'll take a lion's inhale. Tuck your chin. Let your camel arms go. Inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. Connect your palms up overhead. Drop your head, look at your thumbs. And then exhale, trace your midline all the way back through to your forward fold. One more inhale to halfway lift. Good, exhale, forward fold. Plant your palm, step your right foot back this time. And then you're gonna come all the way up for your crescent lunge, yeah? So once you get there, you're gonna inhale your left arm back behind you, catch your right buttock, your right low back, your right thigh. Good. And then open up for your twist. Is that right? No, sorry, right? Yeah, that's right. Open up for your twist. So I'm twisting towards the wall away from you. So you're twisting towards your left knee. You got it, nice. Beautiful. Let that go, we'll meet back in crescent. And then exhale your hands to the mat. Step it back on your next exhale for your version of plank pose. If you're a chaturanga person and you want to try that this morning, go for it. Find your upward facing dog. For the rest of us, we'll take knees to the mat. We'll lower down slowly. We'll find one breath in low cobra. We'll exhale, release low cobra, tuck toes. Bring yourself all the way back through to downward facing dog. Any way you get there is okay. So long as you're being mindful and you're using your breath to help you transition back to down dog. Breathing in and breathing out. The left leg lifts on the inhale. Let's open up just a little into that hip so you can drop your left heel back and move your left knee up in the direction of the ceiling. Anchor down through your right heel. Straighten it back out. Now three-legged dog. Exhale all the way through. Step your foot in between your hands. Plant your back right foot to the mat. Breathing in, you're going to rise up for warrior one. So when you come into your warrior one, you might find the mudra of attunement again. So up and over your head. Good. And then as you exhale, straighten your left leg. Lower your arms down by your sides. Get long in your waist. Keep that length as you inhale. Bend your left knee and float your arms back up, warrior one. Good. Exhale, engage your core, pick up pelvic floor, scooping everything up. Good. And then inhale, balloon into your belly with your breath, relax your belly. And then exhale, engage. Lower your arms down, straighten left leg. Good. One more inhale. And exhale. You got it. We'll meet back in warrior one. And this time we're going to exhale, hands to heart, and take a big step forward with the right foot. Big step forward with the right foot. Good. And then find a little lightning rod shape here. Arms reach up overhead. Palms can connect if you'd like. If your shoulders feel tight, then don't worry about it. Good. It's just a little lightning rod pose. So less super chair and more lightning rod. Breathe in. Breathe out as you lower all the way back to your forward fold. Breathe in, lifting halfway. Move your sternum away from your navel. Breathe out, lower back down. Plant your palms. Step it back to your version of plank. And again, take your version of flow. So your back bend could be low cobra, could be up dog, could be high cobra. High cobra is a lot like up dog, but your legs are on the mat. Your knees stay on the mat. Breathing in and breathing out. Anchor down through your left heel as you release your right leg up and open up into your hip. Move your right knee up towards the ceiling. And then straighten your right leg back out, three-legged dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Pick up your left heel, curl into your spine. Bring your foot up, big step forward. Plant your back left foot. We're meeting back in warrior one. Inhale, arms reach up. Good. Good. Power up your back leg. Breathe in. Maybe you connect once again with your mudra of attunement, your Shurkri Mudra. And then as you exhale, you straighten the right leg and move your arms out to the down by your sides. And then inhale, bend your right knee. And then straighten. Good. And then bend. You got it. Keep going. You got it. Nice. We'll do two more. Good. And then let that go. Arms reach up. This time we'll connect palms. So we can hold warrior one for another breath as we look up at the palms. Good. And then exhale, lower down, step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to the forward fold and find that little lightning rod again. Good. Maybe palms are connected. You got it. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, forward fold. Good. Hands come to hips. If you need, you can bend your knees as much as you like. Your feet are placed well. You're going to come all the way up, long spine. Good. Inhale, circle your arms out and up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Bear weight in your left foot and send your right leg back, warrior two. Good. Coming into warrior two, we'll take the Shurkri Mudra again, the mudra of attunement. So connect your thumbs with all four fingers. Reach your arms out and away from you. Power up feet and legs. Pick up your pelvic floor, pick up your low belly. Tailbone hugs in towards your body. And then go ahead and find a reverse warrior that will hold here for 2 breaths. And then bring it back through to warrior two. Straightening your left leg, connecting with your fingertips up overhead. Maybe your gaze looks up, and then maybe your gaze follows your left hand when you land back in warrior two. So let's do that a few more times. Inhale, temple pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, temple. Touching back in to that sacred energy of your own unique practice. And then one more temple. Good, let go of your mudra. Inhale, open your palms. Nice, exhale, left arm under right for eagle arms. Now, if that's feeling a little tight today, you're gonna take the hug, right? Options here would be to work with your breath, inhaling elbows up and exhaling elbows down. For others, we might be finding elbows up and then out and then coming forward for a humble warrior version. So if you're taking humble warrior, it's a full forward towards the long edge of your mat. Let your neck relax once you get to your fold, if you've folded. Strong feet and legs help pull you back up. Release back to warrior two. You got it. And then exhale, windmill. Frame your front foot. Options here for your vinyasa flow. Again, your choice. You can drop knees, you can chaturanga. You can up dog. You can low cobra. Meeting in downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe in. Just remember, everything I'm offering is literally an invitation. You take it or leave it, right? Modify as you need. And then walk that slow walk once again up towards the top of the mat. Heel, pinky mound, big toe mound. Heel, pinky, big toe mound. Heel, pinky mound, big toe mound. Until you get to the top. Fan your fingers, fan your toes out. Send your weight towards your 4 feet. Soften your knees, inhale, halfway lift, pull your sternum forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower. One more round, inhale, halfway lift. Good, exhale to lower. Take your hands to your hips and come all the way up. Inhaling. Got it. Take your hands back to your low back. Anchor down into your feet. Hug your tailbone in, scoop your heart up. Find that camel pose, drop your head, inhale. Exhale, lion's breath. Good. Tuck your chin, sweep your arms out and up. And then exhale your hands to your heart. We're gonna take a big step back with our left foot now and open up for warrior two with the right knee. Breathe in as you reach your arms out, connecting with your mudra. Thumbs touch all 4 fingers, if available. Head long through your waist. You can find a sense that you're picking up the back ribs away from your hips, right? It'll help encourage tailbone to move in the direction of the earth, downward. Good, nice strong feet and legs. We're gonna bring it all the way up and over for the reverse warrior and stay for 2 breaths. Nice, bring it back. Warrior two with your Shurkri Mudra. And then we're inhaling, straightening the right leg, bringing the mudra up and overhead. Gaze follows. And now gaze might just follow your right hand, if available, right? If it's not available today, every day is different for balance, then you're just sending your gaze forward, just looking forward, straight ahead, in the same direction that your torso is facing. So inhaling, temple pose. Exhaling, warrior two, maybe with your drishti following your right hand. Your drishti is your focus point. Let's do 2 more. Temple pose to warrior. And 1 more temple pose to warrior. Good. Land your warrior and then inhale, open up your palms. Good. Exhale your right arm under your left. Again, it can be the hug or it can be the eagle arms. And then decide if you want to stay working upright, inhaling elbows up and then lowering elbows down and softening shoulders. Or maybe you pick up your elbows, move them forward, move your whole torso forward as you come into the humble warrior version here in warrior two. Stay for a few breaths if you're humble warrioring. Keep going. If you're standing tall, keep going with your breath, lifting your elbows up and back down on the exhale. If you're in the humble version, press down into your feet, fire up your legs, your core, inhale, rise all the way back up. Release your arms. Warrior two. Breathing in, breathing out, windmill from your front foot. Options here. Step it back to your version of plank. Take your flow or omit it entirely. Totally up to you, your choice. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And then we're going to take that slow walk back up to the top of the mat. Reach for your block along the way. Have your block nearby. Just set it back behind you. Find your forward fold, fan out in between your toes. Pick up your inner arches. Shift your weight more towards the balls of your feet. Soften your knees and inhale, halfway rise. Move your sternum away from your navel. Pick up the heads of your arm bones. Exhale to lower. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale to lower. Bend your knees. Find that little lightning rod. Good. And then from your lightning rod, stand strong in your left foot. Pick up your right knee and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Now, maybe your hands need to do something different for balance, right? Hands can stay at hips, arms can stay up overhead, out to the side, at heart. So it's like a little mini chair here, but it's a one-legged chair. If you include the arms, it's a three-legged chair. Good. Set it right back to your lightning rod now. Set your right foot down. Reach your arms up. Find your little lightning rod here. Good. Press down into your right. Hug your outer right hip in. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. And then have a little seat here. So again, arms do whatever arms need to do for balance. Hand at a wall, hand at a chair, hand at the back of your couch. Breathe in, breathe out. You got it. And then go ahead and set it back down to the lightning rod. Arms reach back up overhead. Good. And then exhale, keep sitting back. Move your arms forward. Find the floor. Let your bottom find your blocks. You might need to scooch it in a little bit or move it a little bit away. And you're going to set your sits bones right on your block, sitting up nice and tall on your block where your heels are pretty close in towards your block and your knees are pegged together. Good, nice long spine here. So you may or may not want another block or folded blanket behind you for your right hand. If your right hand can easily find the mat, then that's fine. Otherwise, you're going to take a little lift for your right hand. Good, and then your left arm reaches up. Exhale your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Keep your knees pegged together. Good, anchoring, tailbone down, crown rising, opening up through your chest and find this nice deep twist. Legs stay active. So your inner thighs are slightly activated to help keep your knees pegged together. And then with your left hand, you might find Shurkri Mudra again. Stay with your breath. Good, and then we're gonna let this go. Unravel yourself back to facing forward. Lift through your sternum. So take your hands to your knees and lift through your sternum. Glide your shoulder blades down your back. And then pull yourself forward so that your belly can connect with your thighs and wrap your arms around your legs. Tuck your chin for a seated child's pose. And feeding your breath into your back body. Good, and then go ahead and lift your head and bring yourself back. And once again, for your left hand, if you want, you can take your block behind you or a blanket or something that lifts your back hand up a little bit away from the floor. So you just build the floor up to meet you. And then your right arm reaches up. Exhale, twist to the left, set your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Your gaze looks over your left shoulder, but pin your knees together. And once again, you might find your mudra of attunement with your right hand. Notice if your knees want to move to the left with you, see if you can pull them a little bit more to the right. Good, one more breath here in your twist. Then exhale your gaze forward, unravel your twist. Good, and set yourself right back at center again. Draw your shoulder blades down your back, lift through your sternum, lean it forward, and take that seated child's pose again for just a couple of breaths. Shoulders moving away from your neck. Good, and then go ahead and lift your head. Yeah. Good. And then find Baddha Konasana here. Soles of the feet come together with this lift in your seat. And then can you let your hips relax here? Find your mudra here. And then just come back into the Ujjayi breathing. Come back to Ujjayi breath. And as you breathe, imagine your lungs are two balloons you're filling up with breath. And then allowing those two balloons to deflate. So you're starting your breath in your belly. You're allowing your breath to expand and open up into your lungs. And then the exhale, that nice, relaxed, natural deflation of your balloon. One more breath here. And then let go of your mudra and help your knees come together. Set your hand back so you can just pick your hips up and take your block. Set it to the side so that it's within reach as you lower down all the way onto your back. So take your time, lower down with length in your spine. Good, and then take your block and set your block in between your inner thighs, pretty close to your pubic bone, with very little of the block. So like if your block is here and you can see it from the side, you want to maybe in profile not necessarily see it. So we're interested in this internal rotation again of our inner thighs. Let's bring that with us as we lift up into bridge pose. And let that block be your guide to help squeeze inner thighs into block and then also spiraling inward. Press down into your feet. But it's not about how high we can lift here. Walk your elbows a little, rather your shoulders slightly closer together. Place the backs of your arms on the mat and your elbows are bent. So your fingers reach up towards the sky. And if you want, here's another opportunity to connect your thumbs with all four fingers. So we're mostly interested here in feet, legs, inner thighs, hips, low belly. So while glutes are, yes, they're engaged, so is your core. So is your so are your inner thighs. You can press the backs of your arms into the mat just to give yourself a little more opening in your chest rather than the thrust of your ribs, right? So think about opening chest rather than opening ribs. Good, one more breath here. And then walk your shoulders a little farther away from each other. Find that space in your upper back. Move your arms up towards the sky. Then lower your body down, upper, mid, low back, tailbone. Good. Take the block, set it off to the side. And set your feet back together for Baddha Konasana. Hands to belly. Feel your breath here. Breathe slowly and deeply while you're here in Baddha Konasana and hands are at your belly. Feel your lungs fill and empty like a balloon. And as you breathe, realize that your heart is filling and emptying itself of an inner air. And so that during your day, can you let this inner air meet the world whenever you feel overwhelmed? And then for Shavasana, options are to stay right where you are. The other option would be to find a gentle heart opener for Shavasana. Restorative backbend. Take your blanket and fold it up so that it is nice and thickly folded. Place that fold underneath your shoulder blades. Give your head a place to land. I'm going to suggest you use your block for your head. So your shoulder blades land on your blanket that's folded, or your bolster if you have a bolster up your spine. Your head lands on your block, your arms rest down by your sides, and if okay for low back, your legs are extended out and away from you. So you want your folded blanket to be an even fold, so you're not off kilter. And you want it to be a smooth fold, so you're not distracted by any bumps in your blanket. Allow your arms to relax and rest. And allow this natural, passive stretch to be happening here in your upper chest. Keeping the natural curve in your cervical spine. So notice if your chin is jutting way up towards the ceiling. How could you place what's under your head in such a way as to support your head and your neck? And then once you arrive, just go ahead and brush your thumbs across all four fingers. Brush your thumbs across a couple of times, just that reminder of our mudra of attunement, and then let that go. Relax your hands, relax your whole body, and allow yourself to surrender to this pose. As you breathe in, fill your heart and your lungs. And let that go. Brush your thumbs across all 4 fingers. Awakening to that mudra of attunement and awakening to movement in your outer extremities. And begin to wiggle your toes. You might find that pointing again through the balls of the feet and retracting through your toes, pulling them back into your feet. And then when you're ready, take your time to roll over to one side, fetal position just for a pause, right? No hurry to come right up to your seated position. Take a pause in fetal position first. And if you're opting to meet in a tall seat to close your class, we'll meet there now. If you want to stay where you are in Shavasana, you're welcome to. And then once we arrive, we'll take our hands at our heart. Take a deep breath in appreciation and gratitude for your own unique and sacred practice. And may we give thanks to the spiritual seekers and yogis before us. May we give thanks to the roots of yoga and the Sanskrit language from whence it was born. And then we'll breathe in to seal in our practice with the sound of Om. Inhaling together. Om. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being here this morning. Good to see you all.
Bye. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rosie. Thanks, Maggie. Thanks, Angela. Thanks, Carla.
There, you want to say thank you? You can say thank you. You see, she can't see you. You're too high up. There you go.
No.
Okay.
Bye-bye.